It's Wednesday, the 14th of July, 2021, and welcome to another Partner Podcast. My name's Simon Birchall, and as always, sat in another room in the same building via a Teams meeting is the mighty Mike Coop. How's it going, Mike?
I'm good.
It's been, about 6 weeks since we did one of the Partner Podcasts.
Yeah, it's been a while.
A couple of good things, that have happened. Anything exciting?
What, time work wise?
We normally mention football too.
Okay, yeah, you won't mention football. It's a touchy subject.
No problem. Has it been a busy sort of 6 weeks?
Yeah, it's been good. We've done some development, haven't we?
Yeah, a bit happening.
A few good orders.
Does it feel like everything's getting back to normal?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so in the past we referred to this podcast as development plans for the certain month, and I think I want to change that slightly. I think we're going to just do a general update on where we're up to with various bits of development, because it's hard remembering what things have changed and what's happening this month and whatever. So if we just sort of summarise the different areas that we've been working on. So the first side then is we'll talk about reports.
Yeah.
What's happening with Jamie?
So Jamie's working through all the reports that are on the website .info. He's finished
They're on timer.info, aren't they? If you click on the burger menu and go down to, what's the menu option called?
Dashboards and reports work in progress.
That's the one. So just skip through the dashboards, come back to them in a second. Report. So if any of the reports are marked in white, they've not been started. Orange means they've been tested by support. Green means they've been tested both by support and the implementation team. And I'm looking at the list now, and it looks like he's pretty much done all the personnel. Looks like there's one attendance report done, static register listing.
Yeah.
And I know we've had a meeting with him earlier, and he's on the absence management reports now, isn't he?
Yeah.
What's that static register listing? What's the story behind that?
So when we do a lot of obviously customization, don't we, with daily stuff, and we use static registers for it. What we had to do is usually back in when we use Crystal, we used to have to do custom reports per customer.
Okay.
For bringing out static registers. With this, you can use it pretty much any words that they're using.
So this started off like as a bespoke report for a customer. We decided that it was worth sort of tweaking and
making as a standard.
And we can. This ties in with the feature enhancement team, which we'll talk about towards the end. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So reports are listed there. They're coming on in great guns. What's really good about this is Jamie's coming on in leaps and bounds, isn't he, on this side? Yeah. So really good stuff. So that's the reports. Jumping back onto the dashboards. Now, I put the dashboards on pause for a minute simply because we have been busy with some integrations. So at the moment, there are a few dashboards marked off as orange, nothing marked off as green. What's the target release date for these? I know they're going to be included in the 22 release in November, but we're aiming to have these ready for September, is it?
Yep, September. Yeah.
September of this year. Yeah. We're not releasing them in packs for 21 because we're tweaking the way the dashboards and reports work for 22. So it was pointless doing that. But so dashboards aren't moving on as originally planned, but it's an organised pause that we've put on these.
Yeah.
Okay. So dashboards, reports. We've got scripts as well now, so that the whole idea behind the scripts. We mentioned these in the weekly meetings, the monthly meetings, don't we? What do you want to just expand on that?
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're looking at all the scripts we've got in the standard system and basically documenting exactly what they do and checking they all work as intended.
So these scripts have been in for years. I've marked up them off as being pre-2020. I didn't want to go back and try and find out when we wrote this, but they've been in the system for ages. We use them on a regular basis. They're tried and tested. We just never documented, so we thought it was worth going through, documenting them, and obviously testing and documenting them. And the reason we've listed them is so that it's easier for our partners to understand what's going on, isn't it? I mean,
and they understand what each script does a little more than just saying, for example, auto deduct.
Yeah.
What's it auto deductor?
And some of these scripts need other scripts to be in place before these will run. So it's going to, when the documentation comes out, that will be fully documented. So that means then when we launch 22, the level of documentation for the scripts will be far greater than it's ever been. So the partners we've got around the UK, it should be easy for them, shouldn't it, configuring the systems and tapping into some of the scripts that we use as standard that other people don't have a clue how to configure. Okay. All right, so that's them. That they're all marked off as green. Obviously, we use them on a regular basis. I think there's one that's marked off for release in 2022, and again, this touches on the feature enhancement team, which we'll come on to shortly. All right, then the other interesting area is the integrations. So everybody's aware of the inventory integration that we did. That is really successful. We published that in the magazine in May, and we've had a lot of interest in that. And we're working closely with some of the inventory. They might be listening to this podcast now. So there's a whole new group of people who are getting introduced to Timeware, which is great.
We've had a request for an additional method of it working. So Timeware collects the data with our own devices.
Right. So the method at the moment that we could have Timeware being the lead system, is that right?
Yeah, software wise or inventory software wise, but always inventory's hardware was the data collector.
That's the plan, wasn't it? And we've had a request for it to be changed so that they can collect on Suprema equipment. Is that right?
Correct. Yep. And we push the bookings to them for roll call purposes.
Right. So all these things are positives because they're just making the integration more and more flexible, aren't they? And this is a non-chargeable integration, isn't it?
There's no charge. So that extra bit that they want, we've booked it in for I think it's September. So that's just booked in for that.
Certainly by the launch of 22, that'll be a standard feature. So that's the inventory. The next integration we did was the Paxton, and that's actually been installed this week, hasn't it? One of our customers.
So that works both ways. So
just describe to everybody how it works at this one site. Don't mention the site name, but if you just mention how it works.
So what we're doing is we're actually pulling the employees from the Paxton database into Timeware.
Okay.
And we're collecting data from Paxton readers and bringing it into Timeware's bookends. That's it.
So are these dedicated readers? Are they being classed as attendance readers?
Yeah, the dedicated attendance readers.
So, but these could have been readers on a turnstile, couldn't they?
It could be, yeah.
But this particular site had already got the Paxton system in. I think they'd already tried to use the Paxton attendance.
Yeah, they wanted a more accurate way to record attendance data. So originally they did do attendance off Paxton Access on turnstiles, but people were coming through there knew they got paid, and then they go and sit in the canteen for 40 minutes.
Right. Okay. So that job, I mean, it's the 14th today. Dave's on that job at the moment, installing it. The next step then with Paxton is to go through we have to test it with Paxton. I'll let Paxton test it. So I'm hoping that sometime next month, sometime August, maybe September, the integration will be official and it'll appear on the Paxton site. Yeah. Again, that's a free integration, isn't it? That
correct. Yeah.
Any of the partners can tap into. So that was interesting. The next integration that's taking place is going to be in August, is it?
This month, Biostar. Yeah.
Biostar. Oh, it's July. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So and the Biostar software everybody knows is the software that is produced by Suprema.
Yeah.
Two things here, two positives. One of them, my original thought was we could sort of we could work alongside access control companies or security companies that use Biostar as the preferred. Like it's their version of Paxton software, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That was my original plan. But can you explain about the SIM cards and the proposed job with a large site that wants the face stations with the SIM cards?
Okay, yeah, I know which one it is.
So that was going to be expensive, wasn't it?
Yeah. So at the minute, the customer has to buy public fixed IP SIM cards,
right? And so they're getting more and more expensive.
Yeah, the cost of them going up, especially for the public fixed IP part. Okay. That's the bit that's costly. So it's not just the data bits.
So the original plan was these public IP, one for each of these Suprema devices, connecting back to our software. And what we've come up with is a better way of doing it, which is
installing Biostar.
Yep.
And it will collect data that's pushed from the unit, so we're not pulling from the units, which we do in the time.
A lot of our partners that are used to the ZK equipment have been using push for years. The old timer equipment didn't use push; it was pulled or pulled from the terminal. This method of using Biostar is the method we're going to use when we move to the cloud. We're going to use Biostar. So this integration that we do at the moment is brilliant. Not just allowing us to tap into a new group of resellers, but also using another system for pulling the data from the terminal. Sorry, it's getting data pushed to it from the terminals, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
How many SIM cards would this particular customer need?
At the minute, they've got a load already. They've probably got 30 or 40 at the minute.
But on this expansion, they need.
Oh, on this expansion, yeah, they need 6 or 7, I think it is.
Okay. Yeah. But what's different? What's cheaper about it? Why? Because
we don't need the as much data, and we don't need a fixed IP either, because
the SIM cards are a lot cheaper for that.
It's a much cheaper solution, miles cheaper.
Okay, so what we'll do over the next few months, we'll let everybody know about this just to see how it develops, because this is something that I think we might be using more and more. Okay, yeah. So that's the integration. Have we got anything else planned after that?
We're going back on inventory to do this change that we said.
Yeah, and there's a hint of an integration with Oracle, isn't there?
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a murmur of doing something with the Oracle's HR, cloud-based HR system, but for one of our customers. So that's probably on the integration. Mentioned about the feature enhancement team.
Yeah.
So this is who's in the team, Mike?
As the leader, Mr. Birchall. So Simon, yourself.
So there's 3 of us, isn't there? There's you, we've got Dave Webb, and there's myself. Yeah. And the idea behind this is that support we're getting development suggestions thrown to them, and they're passed to them, and those are busy guys. So what we do now is there are a number of ways we get product sort of feature enhancements or suggestions for feature enhancements passed to us. It might be a post-installation meeting, it might be a demonstration, it could be a support call, it could be a call from one of our partners. Yeah. And these find their way through to our desk, don't we? We have an ad hoc meeting as and when they appear, and we have a discussion, and we decide whether that feature is very bespoke for a customer, in which case it may be chargeable, it may not, but it's chargeable to that customer. Or we decide if it's going to be something that everybody's going to benefit from. Yeah. And then, it could be that we write a bespoke report for one customer, but we tweak it slightly because we think it'll appeal to everybody. And we've had 2 of these so far, haven't we?
Yeah, we've processed 2. We've got probably about 4 more to talk about.
Right. And this is far more efficient. So basically, Tim, if you're listening from that time, if you've got any ideas for development, you send them through to what email?
Projects with an S at timeware.co.uk.
Projects at timeware.co.uk. And we'll deal with that. Not on a fixed date, but we'll maybe at the end of every week we'll just mop up and see if there's anything worth processing. Okay. Anything else that's happening? ESS Go is coming on well. That's still got a scheduled release date for sort of maybe mid-July for Timeware. That's on a 22 beta. Yeah. We're definitely going to be launching in November, and we're definitely, touch wood, going to be having an event at the Norton Grange, a face-to-face meeting. It'd be good to see everybody again.
And the X-Station 2.
X-Station 2 integration will also be completed for 22, and there's 2 versions of that, aren't there? Two devices. There's the proximity version and there's a fingerprint version. And I think in the August magazine, I'm going to go through all of these, sort of document exactly what our experience are with these different products. Is there anything else, Mike? If anybody's got any questions, fire them through to partner@timeware.co.uk. That's picked up by Michelle Connolly. If you need to speak to anybody, telephone numbers 0044
1706 659 368.
Well done. You've got it after 10 years. That's good. Anything else? What have you got? Anything on this? Where are we? We're midweek, aren't we? It's usually anything good happening this week. No.
No, we just
Football's
got
dead.
done some couple of demos
Yeah.
for inventory.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. We're putting this new Paxton link in at a customer.
If anybody's got any questions about any
I got one. Jamie's done some bespoke reports for a customer using the new report method.
This is interesting. So what we've done is we've moved away from Crystal. When we can, if we get a request, this is thanks for bringing that up. So if a customer's got a request for a report change, if it's more than just a simple tweak, we rewrite the report now, don't we? On the new format. We're trying our best to get people away from Crystal reports. Yeah. Okay. Good. Is that it?
That's it.
That was a good chat. Okay. Thanks very much, everybody. We'll speak soon. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.